How else am I supposed to react to that? I told you, the break from the live stream of watching this game was not going to be that long. I told you that ninth inning was going to be quick as hell. Well, what's going on, everybody? Welcome on into TTP Sports. If you are not tuning in from the live stream watching the Phillies lose and absolutely pathetic performance in a big series against your division rival, an injured to hell division rival in the Atlanta Braves, you lose 3-1. Kyle Schwarber, Trea Turner, and Bryce Harper, they go 0 for 12 with 7 strikeouts. The Phillies got out. I think they retired. The Braves pitching retired 15 straight Phillies batters to end the ballgame. That's how bad it went. And also, Rob Thompson once again fell asleep at the wheel. Because in the bottom of the 8th inning, Jose Alvarado clearly does not have it. Throwing balls all over the place, cannot find the strike zone. He walks 3 batters. He walks the bases loaded. Rob Thompson has the bullpen warming up. I'm not sure why Hoffman's not warming up. It's Lazar. Rob Thompson decides to keep in Jose Alvarado to face Whit Merrifield. And Whit Merrifield, as much as we want to make fun of Whit Merrifield for his short stint with the Phillies, he was 2 for 2 with a double and a triple. And Jose Alvarado, what did he proceed to do? He proceeded to walk him, like he did with 3 other batters in that inning. Walked 4 batters, walked in the 3rd run. Rob Thompson then decides, okay, it wasn't Whit Merrifield actually. It was the batter it was Urshela. It was the batter that was before Whit Merrifield. Still case in point. Walks Urshela, the run scores. You bring in Lazar finally to face Whit Merrifield, and Lazar strikes out Whit Merrifield to end the inning. Rob Thompson falling asleep at the wheel when his pitcher clearly did not have it. And that's once again Rob Thompson's mentality of believing in his guys going way too far. And it's coming back to backfire him on a consistent basis, week after week after week after week. And no, Rob Thompson is not the biggest reason why the Phillies lost this game. The biggest reason why you lost this game is because of your offense. Is because you only had, 5, 6 hits on the night? Is because Trea Turner, Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber go 0 for 12 with 7 strikeouts. Oh yeah, those 2 days off that Bryce Harper got, with the day off on Sunday and the full team day off yesterday with no games played, oh yeah, that did wonders for him. And I think there is something seriously wrong with Bryce Harper. I really think there is. I don't think he is fully recovered from that hamstring injury. I'm firmly believing this. I really believe that there is something wrong with Bryce Harper that they're not telling us, that Bryce isn't telling us. I don't think Bryce is fine from that hamstring injury. I really do not believe it. I don't believe it. I just there's nothing that Bryce Harper has shown me in the start of the second half, regardless of the entire team, that Bryce does not look 100%. He just does not. He does not look. He looks lost. This is probably one of the worst stretches of his entire career, with the way that he is playing. And there's a good tweet out here actually, from Phillies Bell on Twitter, reposted by PHLY Phillies. Bryce Harper over his last 28 games since July 14th entering tonight, he's slashing 212 average, a 271 on base, with a 398 slugging. Or that's an OPS, I'm not sure. They didn't really describe it there. But it's probably a 398 slug. A 229 BABIP, 5 home runs, 6 doubles, and 12 RBIs. And the Phillies' record in that span is 11-18 over that stretch. Tonight, Bryce Harper went over 4 with 3 strikeouts. I think there is something really wrong with Bryce Harper. And no one's telling us a thing. I don't think he's recovering well from that hamstring injury. There's just nothing that I can see that Bryce Harper is just playing this bad. There's just no physical other evidence that I can think of why Bryce Harper is playing this bad. If he were healthy, I think he would be playing better. I don't think he's healthy. I don't think he's healthy at all. I think it's the hamstring. I think it's because remember when Bryce Harper said that he's never dealt with something like this before. I I think it's the hamstring. I think it's that hamstring injury because he was going well for a little bit before he got injured. Hasn't been the same since. Has not been the same since. And when was July 14th? A matter of fact, when was July 14th? If I'm not mistaken, when was July 14th? Was that before, after the All-Star break, I'm assuming? Was that after the All-Star break? July 14th. Yeah, that was during the All-Star break. That was right before the All-Star break, I'm assuming. So, yeah, Bryce Harper has has not been well since. I think it's the hamstring injury. And no one's telling us a thing. No one. There is something really wrong with Bryce Harper. And those 2 days off did not help him whatsoever. And there was a funny thing, too. Before tonight's game, the Phillies took a little bit to release their lineup tonight, and apparently it was because Rob was waiting for some people that were taking their batting practices because they were a little banged up and see if they were good to go. I think one of those guys was Bryce Harper. It was probably Bryce Harper, and it was probably JT Realmuto. It was probably those two guys. To JT's credit, he did have the RBI hit, the lone fucking run for the Phillies tonight. So, whatever you want to do with that, do it as you wish. There is something seriously wrong with Bryce Harper. I'm firmly believing that. I'm not going to deny it. There is something incredibly wrong there. Besides everything else that is wrong with the Phillies. Alec Boehm had 2 hits tonight. So he continues to get on base. He's literally one of the lone bright spots of the offense. Only guy that is hitting. You could probably say the same thing about Nick Castellanos, too, because he's probably been their best hitter for the past couple of months. Probably just those 2 guys specifically. I thought Trea Turner got unlucky for a little bit, but at the end of the day, your top 3 guys went 0 for 12 combined with 7 strikeouts. So I really can't find any positives there. I just can't. As much as I want to drag positives out of the Trea Turner at bats because he had a couple of good barrels, I can't. Wasted a really good performance by Zach Wheeler. 6 innings. I believe he only allowed 6 hits, 2 earned runs. No walks. Really good performance by Zach Wheeler. 8 strikeouts, 97 pitches. Zach Wheeler wasn't the reason why. He was the only reason why you were in the game. What else do you want me to say? Don't you just love a team that takes on the mentality of your manager? This team is okay with losing. This team is firmly okay with losing. They're okay with losing games. I firmly got that response on Sunday from Rob Thompson. They're okay with losing games. They're okay with waving the white flag in games. They're okay with it. And boy, howdy did they look fine losing tonight's game. They looked fine losing tonight's game. That's what my mentality is going to be after every loss. Oh, they were probably fine with it. They're probably fine with it. They looked okay with losing. That's the mentality you take from your manager. Complacent, lackadaisical. Just continue to look at the long term. You don't have the luxury. You don't have the fucking luxury. You don't. Because that division lead. Slowly going down. Down. Now it's at 6 games. The worst it could be after this series is 4. Think about that. The Atlanta Braves, with all their injuries, have no business being in this division race, but you're allowing them to be because of your complacency, because of your attitude of being okay losing games. You're the reason why the Braves are even involved with this division. Because do you see how many injuries the Braves are dealing with? Do you see how many injuries they're dealing with? How many stars that they're out of the lineup? Out of their pitching staff? They have no business. And if the Braves were fully healthy, they'd be running away with this division. They would be running away with this division. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong because I'm not. Probably in the first half of the season, we would probably have a different story, but not now. No. Braves would be running away with the fucking division if they were fully healthy. Not with this sorry-ass excuse of a baseball team. Not against us. We're okay with losing the division. Probably. I'm sure they're fine with that. I'm sure they don't even want the bye week. They don't want the opportunity to rest their players. I'm sure they want to play in that wild card spot. I'm sure they want to fall to the 6th wild card spot. I'm sure they want to have no expectations whatsoever because that's what they want to put on us. Because that's what they want to tell us. Oh, don't have any expectations on us because we're fine with losing. Because we're fine with losing. Because we're fine with being a mediocre product. We're fine. We're fine with not taking that next step. We're fine with not kicking that next gear. We're fine with not giving a shit. We're fine with our 1 through 3 hitters going 0 for 12 with 7 strikeouts. We're fine with Johan Rojas getting all the RBI opportunities in the world. We're fine with Bryson Stott looking ugly at the plate. We're fine with Brandon Marsh looking ugly at the plate. We're fine with Jose Alvarado walking 50 fucking people in an inning. We're fine. We don't have to take him out. In a game that you gotta win. 1 run seemed like a fucking mountain to climb. 3 runs was going to outer space. Well, 2 runs, actually, not 3. Down by 2. Still, same difference. But they're fine with it. They're fine with it. And why should I be mad? Because they're fine with it. That's what I'm being told, at least. How am I supposed to, how am I supposed to fault them? Because they're fine with everything. Their owner basically talks, bashes the manager and the president of baseball operations for being too passive and not going all in, basically. He didn't physically, literally state that, but he said it with the way that he was talking. He inferred it. He didn't say it literally, he inferred it with his words. Not going all in at the trade deadline. Being too passive. Because how does a team that was having a 700 winning percentage clip suddenly go to a 325 percentage clip? Then there's something wrong. Then we're not too good to be doing X, Y, and Z. There is a problem in X, Y, and Z areas that we need to figure out and look ourselves in the mirror and figure the fuck out. And clearly this team just is not willing to do that. Is not willing to do that. They're fine with literally everything. They're fine with losing to the Braves. They're fine with throwing a final game to the Washington Nationals. They're fine with this. They're fine with that. They're fine with letting the Braves hang around in the division. They're probably fine with losing the division. I'll be honest with you. They're probably fine with losing the division. I think they're perfectly fine with it. Perfectly fine with it. Because that's all I'm getting from them. That they're fine. That they're perfectly fine. And I have no reason to believe otherwise. And like I said, I still think there is something really wrong with Bryce Harper. I don't think he's healthy. I don't think he's healthy. He hasn't been the same since he pulled his hamstring. Has not been the same at all since. I have no other reason to believe anything else than this is just a down time for Bryce Harper, because Bryce Harper never goes down this badly. Not this badly. This is one of the worst stretches in his career. He has never been this brutal. There has to be something physically wrong with him. And I think it's the hamstring that he hasn't fully recovered from yet. Because, remember, like I said it, I'm going to say it again. Bryce Harper told us that he's never experienced a muscle injury like that before. Never. He's never experienced a soft tissue injury like that before. And that's what I believe. Other than everything else that's wrong with this team. There is something seriously wrong with Bryce Harper. And I don't know how else to feel. I don't know how else to feel. Look at the lineup today. I don't even really have to go over the game. Look at the lineup today. Harper 0 for 4. Turner 0 for 4. Kyle 0 for 4. Kyle the Golden Sombrero and Bryce Harper 3 strikeouts. Alec Bohm had 2 for hits, so he was the lone part of the offense. Bohm had 2 hits, Castellanos had a hit, Stott had a hit, and JT had a hit with an RBI. That was it for your offense. Marsh went 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Rojas went 0 for 3. You went 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. None of your top guys had any chances. Rojas went 0 for 2. Marsh went 0 for 1. JT went 1 for 2, and Stott went 0 for 1. The guys that were getting on base, Bohm and Castellanos. That was it. That was it. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely ridiculous. It just is. There's no other way to describe it. This team is falling apart. They're falling apart. No, they were not back. They were not back when they won against the Nationals, when Schwarber hit the grand slam. They were not back. They were not back. And that's why I was very skeptical of buying back in. Because you needed to win consistently. And all I needed to hear from Rob Thompson was on Sunday. They were fine with losing games. They were fine. They were absolutely fine with losing games. That's all I needed to know. It's all I needed to know. They were perfectly fine with losing games. No, we don't need to pinch hit Bryce Harper in the bottom of the ninth. We don't need to pinch hit JT in the bottom of the ninth. No, we're fine going down with Cal Stevenson and Garrett Stubbs. And no, we're perfectly fine with leaving Jose Alvarado in there when he's blowing up. And like I said, yes, Topper is not the main reason why you lost tonight. It is your offense. Offense was the main reason why you lost tonight's game. It's the main reason. It is the main reason. In this team, they're going to continue to lose. They're going to continue to lose. They're going to continue to lose. They're probably going to lose this series. They might even get swept in this series. I hate even saying that out of my mouth, but that's what I believe right now. Because it's what this team does. And this is who they are. This is who they are. They're nowhere close to the team that was in the first half. This is who they are. I hate talking like this. I hate being in this mindset. I'm usually the calm and collected guy and look towards the future, but not anymore right now. I can't take this. This is unacceptable from my baseball team that put expectations on themselves to win a championship. This is not what a championship caliber team is playing like. A championship caliber team doesn't play like this. They just don't. They just don't. They don't sit back and die. They don't accept losses. It's what they are. It's what they are. It's what it is. And until I see something on Twitter right here that expresses anything from the game, what else am I going to do? Let's see. 2-5 against the Braves this year. The Phillies struck out 13 times tonight. Lovely. Isn't that lovely? What else is there? Phillies are 6-11 on the road since the All-Star break. Isn't that lovely? Here's some stats on Phillies post-game live. Jose Alvarado specifically. So before and after the All-Star break, Jose Alvarado pitched 39 innings before the All-Star break. He had a 3.92 ERA with a 1.11 WHIP, 40 strikeouts, and 16 walks. Since after the All-Star break, he's had 11 1/3 innings pitched, a 6.35 ERA, a 1.75 WHIP, 10 strikeouts, and 8 walks. What else is there? What else is there? No, I don't see anything else. As Broad says, let's go Flyers on Twitter. Great. Classic. I want to hear what the post-game live crew said on post-game here. I'm not sure who said this, if this was Ricky Patalico or just in general. Let's hear it.
I'm Michael Barkant. All one can say after a loss such as we just witnessed by the Phillies at the hands of the Braves is, come on, man. I mean, really, give us a break. You cannot lose a game with the importance that this one has with the schedule the way it is. Now they are 6 games up on the Braves. Everything is still up for grabs. Ricky, Ben, let us not think that it's not. They lost tonight. If they lost and lose the next 2, all of a sudden we're talking about 4 games, and then it's going to get real tight.
Hold on, let's go. We're going to get to it all. We're going to get to it all.
Okay.
Let me just start with this. Phillies were 1 for 6 with runners in score position.
Yes.
Top of the order stunk. 0 for 12, first 3 hitters in the Phillies lineup: Schwarber, Turner, Harper. That's not good. That is not good to start. If you look at that 0 for 12, there are 7 strikeouts mixed in. First
time in a year.
But the problem came the bottom of the lineup. And this is going to sound odd. Johan Rojas, in his first 2 at-bats, left 5 men on base. That's odd. 1 hit out of the bottom of that lineup. This is a different baseball game, and the bullpen is still in an absolute shambles right now.
He's right. He is right. I'm waiting for Rob Thompson to speak post-game. Don't know if there's anything from Rob Thompson post-game right now. I don't know if there'll ever be. There probably will be at some point, because post-game basically just started. I don't know what else to say here, man. I don't. It's pointless to yell. It's pointless to yell at this point, because I can only yell so much to where it just gets tiring. If they don't seem to care about losing, why should I care to give a damn during my recaps? That's at least what I'm thinking of. I'll just share that same emotion back to them. You don't care? I don't care. That's how it works. I'm just trying to see if Rob Thompson has anything to say post-game right now, if anyone's found anything. Might as well go to the voicemail line in a matter of fact here. Might as well go with it. Sean, what do you got? It's a nice 2-minute call here, so we got some stuff to talk about here. So, Sean, what do you got?
Now, full disclosure, Amadeo, the only reason I'm making this call is because Austin kindly asked me to do so. He was hoping I'd rant and rave tonight, but there's really no reason to. I mean, why get vested in this team anymore when they come out with that kind of effort against basically a mash unit that is the Atlanta Braves? I mean, the day off, like you said, really helped them, right? They came out clicking on all cylinders offensively. I mean, I'll say it right now. I think they're going to get swept in this series, and I think Kansas City's going to beat them at least 2 out of 3 or however long that series goes. The road is kryptonite to the Philadelphia Phillies right now. They can't beat the Chinese Taipei Little League team at a neutral site. But I will criticize one more person who I haven't really pointed out on here and who deserves a bunch of criticism. What the hell lessons is Kevin Long teaching this team at the plate? Their approaches when they step in the batter's box, they swing at garbage. They swing early in the count. They don't work a pitcher at all. And then with 2 strikes, they'll take pitches right down the middle. I just don't understand the lessons that he's trying to implement aren't being received by the hitters. You know, everybody wants Thompson out right now. I say you can take Kevin Long along with him because while people have raved about this guy as a hitting coach, I think Charlie Manuel, even at his advanced age, would be better for this lineup than this guy is doing. Just another wretched performance by the Phillies. You let the Braves hang around. They're going to win this division from you in a couple weeks.
Harsh words right there. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I mean, you said all the right things. Here we go. Rob Thompson on Jose Alvarado. Well, you know, he's got to throw strikes, and that's not happening right now. The stuff is there. He's got to power through the zone. He's got to believe in his stuff and attack hitters. Well, you also got to take him out when the pitcher clearly doesn't have it, Rob. That also has to be the case. Okay, here's the full Rob Thompson postgame here from John Foley.
This is his first time back.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah.
Fastball, I mean, he filled up the zone. Fastball was upper 90s. The slider was really good. Neutralized our left-handed hitters pretty well. So, nice job. And I thought Wheeler was really good too. I really did. I thought he had all the stuff going. His command was good. Witt flips the ball down the right field line. Took a kind of a bad hop off that wall, I think. But then, you know, the only other bad pitch was the high fastball to Ozuna, and really wasn't all that bad a pitch. He put a really good swing on it and got on top of it.
How, when your top three guys go over 12, 7 Ks, how much harder does it make it to do anything really offensively?
Yeah, it makes it difficult. You know that they're going to hit at some point. You know, it's just one of those nights. We got to come back here tomorrow and strap it on and get after it.
And in the eighth inning there with Alvarado, after the third walk of the inning that loads the bases, 30 pitches, why not get him out of there?
Well, I'm trying to get him through at one. And I think it's a tough spot to put Lazar in. So I'm trying to get as much confidence into Alvy as I possibly can. So I don't know whether.
That's a tough spot to put Lazar in. You brought him in regardless. And then he retired Merrifield like it was nothing. No, yeah, granted, it's not granted what he's going to do against Urshela. But, dude, the man walked 3 guys and he clearly couldn't find the strike zone. What are we doing here? Continue.
I'm just hoping he makes it out.
Where do you think he's at right now?
Well, you know, he's got to throw strikes, and that's not happening right now. So the stuff is there. He's got to power through the zone. He's got to believe in his stuff and attack hitters.
Is that what you're seeing with Kirkering too?
I thought Kirk was a little bit better tonight. You know, the fastball jumped up velocity. I think the 4 days helped him. The slider had a little bit better control and command to it. So hopefully we can build off that a little bit.
Talked before the game about the circumstance of coming in here with a division lead and playing this team. You know, I mean, they did it with kind of some replacement parts a couple of years ago and won the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how much respect, I guess, does everyone have to have for the fact that they can still win games without some of their big guys?
I have a lot of respect for the ball club. I really do. They come in and they compete. It doesn't matter who's on the field. It doesn't matter what it's
Your team doesn't because you're okay with losing games, Topper.
spring training, regular season, or playoff game. They compete, and they do a good job with filling holes. So we gotta get after it.
Do you expect them to pinch hit there for Kelnick, just not maybe with Soler in the eighth?
Yeah,
You figure it's going to be Duvall or Soler?
I thought it was Duvall or Soler.
Yeah, okay.
Unreal, boys. Unreal. Unreal. And I firmly stand to believe there is something physically wrong with Bryce Harper. I don't think he's healthy. I'm going to stand on that thing right now. Here's I found a stat right here for you guys that you're going to love. You guys are going to love this stat, if I could find it again. This is from Spencer McKercher of NBC Sports Philadelphia, producer. Brandon Marsh has struck out in 42% of his at-bats since June 1st. That's an oof. That's an oof right there. That deserves a nice little... I can't. I can't go on that bit. I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys heard that properly, but that was the Eagles fight song. Oh, can football not get here any sooner? Jesus. Man, boys. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What else do we have in here? I'm just that bored. I don't know what to do. I'm just playing these noises right here. I don't know if you guys are even hearing that stuff. I don't even know if you're hearing that stuff. I don't even know what to say anymore, boys. I'm just that lost for words. I'm that dumbfounded. Here we go. We got Bryce Harper post game now. See what Bryce has got to say.
So it's a big series for the Braves, obviously. How do you kind of match that, if you can, sort of match their...
Should be a big series for us too. I mean, obviously, we got a long ways to go. Still got a month of baseball left, so we should come in here and win games. It doesn't matter how far you are or anything like that. Obviously, you guys know what happened early in 07, so just got to keep going and keep doing our thing.
So it's a big series for the Braves, obviously.
That was a whole load of nothing. Thank you for that, Bryce. That was a whole load of nothing. You want the Jim Mora playoff rant? Sean, I got you. I got you.
I don't know. All I know is we threw 4 interceptions and fumbled once. 1 interception they returned for a touchdown. 3 others were in our end of the field where they scored a point. That's all I know. That's inexcusable. Inexcusable. Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
It's gotten to that point, isn't it? I don't know if I could play that, Tyler. I'd probably get copyright for that. I'd probably get copyrighted for the Undertaker thing. I probably would. Have I purchased a Mitchkov jersey yet? No, I have not. No, I have not. When I get jerseys, I don't put players on the jerseys. I'll get a T-shirt, and I have 2 Mitchkov T-shirts already because they sold them at the Wells Fargo Center. No, I'm not getting a jersey though. If you condensed all my comments tonight in a bottle, it would be hotter than the surface of the sun. There's a lot of you guys here in the live chat, so I'll try to get to some of you here before we end it off. I just got nothing for you anymore. I'm sorry, I just don't. I am broken and defeated mentally with this baseball team. I just am. Sean, they're not getting Yaroslav Askarov. They're not. They're just not going to. They're not going to get Yaroslav Askarov. They're just not. Oh, God. I see some of the BrodesMedia guys in here. Discord boys, how you doing? What else? I see. I don't drink alcohol, Tyler. I don't. So that's not going to help me. This one earbud will not stay in my ear. It keeps falling out. It's kind of annoying me. Like if I keep doing this, it's to keep the earbud in. It just keeps falling out. It's another thing that's aggravating me tonight. I got nothing for you guys. I see Michael in here. I see Austin, Sean, Julian. Appreciate you all being in here. Because I just do. Tyler, Sir, Mr. 89. I think Mist was in here, if I'm not mistaken. I think Mist was, if I'm not. I think Don Vito, how you doing? I appreciate all you guys in here. I don't think Bryce is fragile. This was the first hamstring injury he's ever dealt with in his life. I don't think he understands how to recover from it. It's his first time recovering from one. Yeah, I understand the last 2 years with the UCL shit and all that. I don't think it's that Bryce Harper is injury prone. I think this is the first time he's ever dealing with this type of injury. I don't know, he thinks how to recover from it. So, I think that's going to do it for now. Had a long watch party, if you want to even call it a party, because it was not fun. It was not party-esque. But we'll definitely do some more in the future. Probably more Phillies games because I'm a psychopath. Definitely some Eagles games in there. So, we'll definitely continue this as we go on because I do enjoy talking to you guys here during the games. So, definitely will be something. And, yeah, I appreciate you guys for tuning in to recaps as always. Leaving, stuff in the live feed, leaving stuff in the voicemail text line. Appreciate you guys all. Subscription count is definitely growing. We're almost near 930, getting closer and closer to 1,000. So, like to keep that number going up and getting more people tuned in here. So, yeah. That's my lone positive note of the night, boys. That. Self-promoting. It's kind of sad that that's the only positive thing tonight. So, that'll do it for tonight, everybody. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Tomorrow probably won't be a watch party. I can't do this stuff 2 days in a row with this team. So, I'll let you know when there's another one. Maybe during the Kansas City series, maybe during the Houston series. It'll be one of those 2 series. So, you'll see something pop up in your subscription feed for that. So, regardless of that, it'll just be recaps from here on out until I feel like doing another one. So, thanks, guys, for joining tonight for watch party and recap. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. Also use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK. Great deal. Do not pass it up. Thanks, guys, once again for joining tonight. Pain and misery. is the life of a Philadelphia sports fan, except